All right.
When you do more of it.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Our Kind of Homesteading. I'm Sherry.
And I'm Shauna.
Good job. We should have been like, she's Shauna.
I know.
She's
told
Sherry.
you. I told you we should do
We're
that.
going to make a rhyme. And
Yeah,
well,
start again
you're
right
going to.
now. It's just synced up. It's just the end of the...
No,
I
we're
guess
not
we
starting.
could.
No, that's our beginning. We're keeping it. Hello, everybody.
Yes. And so.
Welcome to today's episode.
Yeah, well, second episode. It's fine. We're good. We're over it. We shook it off.
We did
We're good.
an episode before this that you're never going to hear, because it sucked. And
Just
for multiple
so
reasons.
bad.
We're mostly blaming my husband.
I mean, he's easy to blame.
I
I feel like he's a scapegoat.
And then Sherry, we're blaming him for good reasons. And
No, we have reasoning. And my
uh,
5-year-old came in so many, and he's
so
just
many
whining.
times.
And
It was.
I was like looking off
Anyways,
camera at him.
It's fine.
Like,
We're shaking it off. We're doing it.
Yeah, don't talk about it. It's
Yeah,
making me all
we're fine.
down
I
again.
know.
My back starts to
Don't
hurt.
ruin my vibe, Sherry. God. Okay.
So, Homestead Goals.
Woo!
Yay.
We have them. Do you?
I mean, doesn't everybody?
Yeah. So we just wanted just to chat. We're just going to chat with you guys about what our...
Well, and maybe inspire. You know, some people are like, "Hey, I
Are
want
we
a fucking
inspiring?
duck pond."
Hell yeah, I want a duck pond. You have a pond.
No, we have a pond. We would just have to make it. I mean, season like
You have a seasonal
we
pond.
have a seasonal pond. My husband, when I say we, I mean him, and he has to make it so that it's not seasonal all year
long.
You know, he has to go in and put the stuff down so the stuff doesn't go into the soil.
Stuff and more stuff has to happen.
Lots of technical terms. I don't know anything about that. I know it's probably, I don't know, plastic.
You
You
know,
at the bottom with clay.
yeah, it's
Clay?
clay. It's clay. It's
All
not
right.
plastic.
You can
Plastic's
do
bad.
Yeah, you can do plastic.
I
That's
mean,
bad
clay.
for everything. Plastic is bad for everything. I want to do plastic.
I'm just saying clay.
Why are you saying it like you've never
Because
heard of the word before?
Because water still
Clay?
can get through it. I mean, it had to be a big old fucking sick ass piece of clay. That's a lot of clay. A pond's pretty fucking big.
I don't know.
Anyways, I want a duck pound, like completely all year long. I want to get by. Like we don't have ducks right now.
Okay.
I feel like I'm missing
but
out.
then when you have said duck pond with said ducks, what are you going to do with said chickens? Because your chickens
What?
and your ducks can't be all like, together, because there'll be, male
That's
ducks
a good
are really,
point.
really horny.
I know, bastards.
We've already talked about this, but chickens and ducks have a completely different anatomy. So ducks,
I mean, if you didn't already hear it, I don't know what to tell you. We already talked about it. Okay.
think of their penis like a corkscrew. Like
And
one
chickens-
of those swirly pasta shells, like that.
Chickens
That's what it
don't
looks
actually
like. It looks more like pasta than a screw.
like chickens just like touch, and that's like basically it.
Yeah. So
And
nothing should be, they should have. There's no
Inserted.
penetration
That's
at all.
right.
And so when
using
there is,
big sexual terms here, and obviously, if a chicken was that to happen, penetration, that would kill her. That's just how it is. It's
or
it's science,
really,
people.
really harm
Physics.
her. It can it's really bad. So you should.
Well, yeah, you should never. So you should never
you should have
have.
drakes,
I
which
know
is a
what's
male duck.
really awful is
with
that we
hens.
used to have. Remember, little boy
Yeah.
and little girl. We used to have him with all the chickens, but he was little.
He was very tiny.
Hence the
don't
name.
think he
I
could-
mean, he was like a mallard, like a male mallard, and he was just so tiny.
Abnormally small.
He was like
Something
very,
was
very
wrong.
small. Yeah, he definitely had. So hey, maybe something's wrong with his penis too. So maybe that's why. That's why
all
nothing
the
happened
short
to the
guys
chickens.
out there are like, what the is wrong
I know
with you?
he did that way.
She meant it that
No,
way.
I meant it that he obviously had some kind of physical issue.
Whoa, Sherry.
You know what I mean?
Whoa.
So,
God.
maybe
Oh,
he just
Kelly wanted
couldn't
to
mate
say
or something.
Hi, honey.
Because, little girl, his mate, like they never had babies, by the way.
No, they didn't.
They'd never had babies.
So-
So I really think he just couldn't mate. So maybe that's why all the chickens survived, thank goodness. Because we didn't know. Apparently we just didn't do our research. Because we're dumbasses back then.
Well, you have to be a dumbass at some point in your life, Or are you really living
Better to be a dumbass when you're young versus
with a very
older.
small male duck?
That's
Anyway,
Yes.
so what are you gonna do?
What am I going to do about what? Where am I? Oh, about like if I were to get ducks and chickens. Okay,
Oh
so
my God.
what
am I gonna do about
what am I going to do about what? What are we talking about here?
You're like, is my hair out of?
I was like, what? Here? Yeah. So I already have been wanting to Another homestead goal of mine is to make our chicken coop like 10 times its size, like the actual run.
You have a lot of chickens.
I have a lot of chickens.
You could just not get male ducks.
I mean, there you go.
You could just
That's the obvious solution
females,
to that problem.
But then you'd have to not get like.
But I want to have baby ducks.
I know.
And see, if I get females and and males, then I just have babies and no one can stop me.
I know, but then you're gonna have just like how your chickens are taking over. You know, one of them's already president.
I either would not get male ducks. Good idea. Or I am just going to completely lock up all of the chickens, but I have to have a different chicken coop.
No, they're taking over your property. They've already like established their democracy.
They're like, these are the barn chickens. These are the front of the property chickens. These are the chicken coop chickens.
Yeah, you have way too many.
Yeah.
They're running the show now.
Yeah, they kind of are. But but honestly, yeah, no, I don't. I'm so tired. Like the boys, Lorenzo and Aiden, very tired of all the chicken poop all over the fucking patio, over at the trailer and the cabin. It's just everywhere, and it's disgusting. And you step on it, and they can't, like those poor cats over there. Remember the grandma's cats? Mm-hmm. Okay, so they're all still alive, and the boys take care of them and feed them. They can't feed them. They can only feed them at night. Well, usually the boys aren't home at night, right? They're out, like, being teenagers. And the poor cats are like, I can walk up the hill, and they're like, feed me. Yeah, because they're scared of the chickens. The chickens, like, bully them. They're bullies. And they push them away from their cat food, and they peck it all. And, oh, my God, it's so annoying. So, no, I would rather actually just lock them all up. I just want to kind of send all the roosters to freezer camp besides Landon.
That's sad.
Yeah, I'm kind of over it, though. Yeah, very much over it.
No,
I mean, I'm not going to eat it, obviously. I'd probably just give it to the dogs.
No, I can't do it.
They're way too old. Like, they would
all
not be.
All of my roosters have names.
Ew. No, mine don't. And actually, I just call them all asshole. Because they are.
So how do you tell them apart between your husband?
It's a good one. It's a good one.
I just thought of that.
Luckily, he doesn't listen to this.
I think you would find that funny. You don't think you'd... No? Jokes? They're just jokes.
They're just jokes.
Anyways. Oh, yeah.
Number one son-in-law. He still talks about that.
So, yeah. Because I want a duck pond, too. Cause that's like, for sure. But I was like, how am I going to do it? Because I free range, our chickens. So I like you said, you would have to like lock up your chickens and then see. I don't know.
Permanently.
I know we used to have like ducks and geese, but we never like. I don't know a crazy amount about them. I know I just told you about their anatomy, so I do know a fair amount. But
I think you know more than the average person. The average person would not know that about a duck's penis. So you're ahead of the game.
Yeah. Well, every time you make twirly pasta, you can think of this episode.
Aw, that's so nice of you. It's just such a kind thing to think about.
Yeah. Here's like, ew.
You're like, not having pasta.
The one thing I want to do before I get a duck pond, because I was like really about the duck pond, but I think before anything, I want a freaking root cellar.
I would love a root cellar. I mean, just for the space that it would allow, right? Just the space. You have added space to the storage and stuff. Yeah, and then not to mention just how cool it is and all the aspects of like what a root cellar like provide to you.
Yeah, I would live there.
I would. It's like my little hobbit home.
I know. I'm totally going to make it
awesome. Like
a hobbit house. I want a round, like a custom door. So it's like round and like in the hill. I want it to look like, okay? I want that. I want
it's like vacant stare.
The grass covered hill.
Like so Bilbo Baggins?
Yeah.
Like his house?
Yes. I want to be like I'm in Lord of the Rings when I go into my root cellar. I want to have a cup of tea in my root cellar.
Well, if you had a root cellar, you definitely should put like a tiny little table and make it all like quaint.
Yeah. Honest wanted to put like guns and stuff in there, like a weirdo.
No, I wanted supplies, emergency supplies.
You said guns.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Why would we keep the guns there?
I don't know.
Where we could get them.
Yeah, I was like, that's not a good place.
No, you said like you wanted to put something there, and it was going to be all like hideous. And I wanted
supplies.
I want like
supplies.
I want like cute baskets and jars of all my canned goods. I want it to be.
To live at least 2 weeks after a major event.
My husband's trying to survive the apocalypse, and I'm like, I want it to be Pinterest worthy.
I just wanted to be aesthetic, okay? That's it. That's all it has to provide.
And like, honestly, if you're going through the apocalypse,
and that's a good place to be.
You know, you'll be happy to be there.
Hopefully it's big enough.
That's true. We need to make a really big hobbit hole. We should start now. That's like, but honestly though, that's like one of my main goals. And, you know, besides it just being, you know, cute as fuck, I want it, you know, I want the storage for, you know, the potatoes and the onions and the things that you don't necessarily want to keep in your house, that you want it to be cooler.
That's what I mean. I would just, the amount of storage it would like allow is so cool. It's just like, I want one now more than ever.
Have you seen the one where you put like, you get like a freezer?
Oh, yes.
And you bury that into the ground. Yeah. And then you have to do like the little thingy so it has like airflow or what the fuck ever, right?
Yeah.
But then, and then like the lid is there and you just like open the lid, put your shit down there and it's nice and cool because it's underground.
Yeah, super boring though.
So boring.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
but,
it's practical and probably the easiest thing you could do if you wanted to do something quick. You know? Obviously, taking the time to like dig out a fucking huge, massive room inside the side of a fucking hill.
Make a custom-made hobbit door. It does take
probably going to take some time and money.
But it's worth it.
I mean, yeah. Obviously, it's worth it. But do we have the time and money?
No,
exactly.
We have the time and money for a very small
for a freezer
chest to go into. And
you open it every time, you're like, aww, so sad.
Not the same. I can draw a hobbit door on top of it. Like your dreams are dashed. But yeah, I think that's one of like beyond like the right now. Like I'm trying to make my garden like what I want it to be like in my head. You know? Yeah. Again, like I'm super like I'm aesthetic. Like I like things to look. Which is weird because like in my house, like, no.
No.
I mean, I'm not saying like I like my house to be like whatever. Like I have shit up on my walls and my walls are painted. It's not like looks like, you know, trash, but it's usually messy.
But it's still cute though. You know what I mean? Messy doesn't necessarily mean it's not aesthetic.
That's true.
So.
And it makes me happy. So.
That's right.
Fuck everybody else. But
no.
But I want my garden to be that.
Yeah, like inviting and you know,
yeah. I think that's like right now that's what we're working on this year as like our goal for the year.
Yeah.
I feel like if you break it down for like things that like when you are like these are my goals for our homestead, like, you know, if you put too much on like you know, you make your list and you're like this seems impossible, but you're like this is what we're going to get done this year.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and it's going to cost this amount of money.
Yeah, you have to narrow it down and decide, okay, what do we want to do first or what do we have the money
prioritize.
for, the funds, exactly. And then go from there.
Yeah, because otherwise, because I did like make a list of all the things I wanted, like all of my homestead dreams and goals. And then it just got depressing after a while.
You're like, well, most of that shit's not going to happen. So, oh well.
Because I'm like, I want horses and a horse arena and a covered arena. And I'm like, I only have 5 acres.
So
that's not going to happen. But yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, well, and when you make like the smaller goals and then when you achieve those small goals, you feel just more empowered to move on to the next. So, you know.
That's true.
Always a good thing to remember that when you could like make sure when you're setting goals, you're able to, you know, that they're within reach and you can complete them because then you're like practical because
goals.
Then you're like, okay, I did that. I'm amazing. Moving on to the next thing and I'm empowered and I'm all sorts of amazingly whatever achieving my goals.
So, Sherry just got really tired all the time.
I did.
She's like, it's all amazing at whatever.
Super tired.
Whatever.
You got up so early. You're getting up early.
The other thing that I want to do, like goals for this year, actually, is I don't have like a covered area for like milking right now.
Oh like, yeah, that's huge. That should honestly be like one of your top priorities.
Well, I mean, like the garden was like it's gonna the things.
Well, I'm saying like you could do both at the same time.
No, for sure.
Goats around.
Like what?
You flip the goats around, like you could milk in the barn.
I know, but then the Nige pen's too small for the big fat goats.
Big what?
The Nubians.
Yes. What? Why? I mean, they don't need to be locked up. They're fucking huge.
I guess that's true.
I mean, what?
Well,
and they have horns.
But they would need a covered area for like the elements.
Okay, build them a 3-sided shelter. That's easy.
I don't know. Well,
inexpensive.
I mean, just saying like a 3-sided shelter, I could milk under that too. I wouldn't need to switch them around. Because we have like a goat barn, okay? So people that you don't know who, like, what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
So on the property, like next to our barn, we have like our goat barn. That's completely well, 3 sides of it is enclosed, and then it's like the wire so we can like shut them in. But then we have it split off, so all of our hay is on like one side, and then the goats are on the other. And so we use it as like our hay barn and the goats like night pen but we don't lock our Nubians up because they're huge and fat and they have horns and they scare everything away.
Very good at defending themselves.
Yeah, they're very scary. So we were thinking about switching the Nubians up there because then I could put the stanchion in where we have the hay. And then it would be like whatever.
I think that'd be a great idea.
I don't like that.
You're just stubborn.
I'm not.
You are. You're just contrary.
I am not.
You definitely are contrary. You think you're not, and you are. It's so hysterical.
No,
you don't
not
think
contrary.
you are.
You're contrary.
That's you being contrary.
Because the Nubians have been used to this lifestyle.
They're
right?
fine. Do you know how many times we change our goats around? A lifestyle. You act like they're living like fucking what?
And
Hollywood Boulevard? Like, what are you talking about?
Because they have a very large pasture that has their rocks.
They would still have a very large pasture.
I know, but wouldn't it be as big or as like, they have all whatever. And the Nigis have always been used to like they have their one big tree. It's like perfect for 4 little goats. It's like perfect for them.
It's actually huge for 4 little goats. Huge. Just like, what are you talking about?
I like them to have enough space. I want them to be like, feel like free, to roam the pasture and feel like,
You're putting hurdles in your own path.
You're putting hurdles in your own path.
Whatever. Have fun not having a milking parlor.
No, I just want Honest to build one.
She's like, no, just want to make your life more difficult. Okay?
No,
that is too easy of a solution.
Honestly, though, when you have like, you have to be practical about what your
don't be like
limitations are. No, shut up. No, I mean so I'm not great with power tools. I shouldn't.
Not in our skill set.
I shouldn't use them.
Is there a story here or what?
I mean, no.
Many
yeah,
stories.
There's probably a lot. I tried to fucking I was so mad at. Okay, so the other day we were out of alfalfa. Okay.
There's a power tool involved in this?
Yeah. Okay. And so we were out of alfalfa, and I didn't want to run out because we were like busy doing stuff. We're doing stuff in the garden, and when you're just like on a roll and you don't want to like stop and go out.
Yes,
and I was like, it's because we had that big tree fall, and I was like, it's fine. We'll cut a bunch of branches off. Like when I say we, I meant my husband with his, like chainsaw, right? To cut a bunch of them off, and then I could just throw those to the goats in the morning, and then I'll go get hay. And then I was just gonna feed them. They have oats and stuff. They're definitely not starving. They have a huge pasture to graze on. They're fine. So any of you that are like, you're a horrible person, they're overweight.
These goats are so obese. It's insane. And Shauna, you were talking about rocks. They don't climb rocks. They're gonna climb rocks. They're obese.
No, they can spring.
They're not getting up any rock. They don't spring anywhere. You see the size? What?
The big fat goats,
That's what I'm speaking of. Big fat goats. They're not springing anywhere.
That's their body type. They're anyways, but we're doing stuff, and I forgot to remind Honest to cut the branches. And so then the next day, and I don't have any alfalfa. It's like the morning, Honest has already gone to work because he leaves early. And then I'm like fucking like, okay, like, you got this. Like, I can cut these branches with this, whatever it's called.
Whenever you have that idea in your head, like, you can do this, you should just call me.
Should I?
Yeah, you should call me and be like, I'm about to pick up a chainsaw. What do you think? Good, bad decision? You tell me. Let's powwow.
So I
would talk you down.
I got the chainsaw out, and I take the little thing off the sleeve, and I'm like, okay, this shouldn't be hard. It's just a chainsaw. I've seen Honest, So I turn some buttons. I don't know what I'm doing. I keep doing this like forever. Nothing's happening, and I'm like, there's no but. There was buttons that just little knobs. There's like chick chick chick. Anyways,
she didn't let that. It doesn't chick 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 like.
It doesn't say like on or off. There's nothing that's like
telling. You probably shouldn't pull those buttons. You probably should. If there's no indication of what the button does, you should not turn it. Well, just a good life lesson.
So then I, tried to do the thing, that you see everybody. I did. And then
envision you doing that.
My 10-year-old son comes over and he's like, Mom, put it down. Put it down.
Put the power tool down.
And I was like, you've seen Dad do this? Like, how does he do this? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, but maybe you shouldn't. And so anyway, so I had to take like a handsaw and fucking like on the tree branches back and forth. It was hard.
It was hard. You should feel bad for me.
What's that?
The goats could have just grazed in the field.
They could have just grazed in the field, but I was determined, and I was really mad at you at the time.
Yeah, well, Shauna, and see, that is a huge part of your commitment deep into your soul is when you're angry, specifically at your husband, right? And you're like, I'm committed to this. I will get these fucking branches off this tree.
I did do it.
Yeah, well, that's my point.
When I had a handsaw, I felt like I was fucking living in like the 1800s, cutting down a flipping tree. So fucking annoying.
But you didn't use the chainsaw, and you're still living.
Oh my God! Yeah, right. I thank God your son stopped you because that would have been bad.
I need to learn how to use the chainsaw.
Is that a goal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's cool.
That's a goal. I want to learn how to use, because I learned how to use the one that power tool where you like you put the wood down.
Sure.
Is that the one you pull down and it like has the spinning?
That's a chop saw.
Chop saw. I learned how to use that.
That's a good job.
I know, and I was able to do all the things I wanted without my husband here. It did scare the shit out of me at one time, and I thought I was gonna cut my hand off. I was fine.
See, I just have no desire. I don't have any desire.
Because I hate not being able to do things, and like then I'm thinking like,
what do you need to do? Build a deck?
Yeah.
Like, why would you need to use that?
Okay, because like, what if something happened to Honest and he got hurt or something, and he couldn't do the things, but I need things done around here all the time.
My dad would do them.
I was gonna
That's
say
true.
you
Somebody
have
would
multiple
do them
people.
for me.
Our dad, his dad, my husband. You have another human man living right next door to you.
A human man.
I'm just saying, it's like you have multiple people that would assist, right?
I don't know. I like to be able to be like, I got this myself. I can do it. I don't like to rely like too much. Like I know I am always like, do this for me, honey. But like, I like being able.
You want to have choices.
Yeah,
okay?
I want the option
you to do it,
if I wanted
still
to do it.
want to be able to do it.
Exactly. I want to be able to do it.
Okay, all right. I mean,
so
I can kind of see that. I have no desire to use power tools whatsoever. It's just not my thing. It's not my skill set.
But I was gonna say, like, when you have these goals, like, you know, there should, like, I am the caregiver. I take care of the animals. You know, like, I'm the one that does all the animal stuff. If an animal needs a shot or medicine, I'm the one that like administers that, because that's like my thing, right? Like I grew up doing that, so like I know what I'm doing. I really don't when it comes to like power tools. So like, I don't know, having the people that have that skill set.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, just that's fine. That can be their skill set.
I know, but I feel like everybody should learn how to like handle a chainsaw. It's just a chainsaw.
I have no desire, so no thanks. I'll pass.
I don't know.
Polite pass.
I'm gonna do it, Sherry. I'm gonna make a video of me.
It'll be a super funny video. You should definitely make a video. But don't make a video like on the third or fourth time. Put your phone on the tripod.
Yeah.
And make it. Take a video the very first time. Yeah. It's going to be hysterical. I mean, hope to God you survive it, but like it's going to be very funny.
That's rude.
We'll take the chain off.
I was like, it's not working. Anyways, so yeah. So like small goals of just being able to do more than what I already can do.
Yeah. No, yeah. See, when I say I have homestead goals, I mean things that other people are going to do for me. Like big visions of a new chicken coop, a duck pond. I'm not going to fucking build any of that. I'm just not. I'm not. I mean, that'd be like me asking my husband to parent the kid 24 hours a day. He would never do that. Fair. Incapable.
That's fair.
It is. See that? Thank you, Shauna. Thank you. I am, like you said, caregiver, animal taker care of. You know, like
animal taker official title. That's what it's called, people. So if you want to write that on your resume, now you know.
I'm not gonna ask him to be like, hey, you should come, do this for a really long time. Like, yeah, right. He fucking killed himself.
A really long time. Also, make all the food. Make that bread over there.
Yeah, seriously. All the things. Do all the things. Feed all the animals. Take care of all the things. All the gardens, No,
I know we all have, like, our job within our family unit, right?
Yeah, that's my point.
And I'm not saying, if I learn how to do the chainsaw, I'm going to be, like, out there, like, being all
see, that's what's funny is that you're going to learn, and you're never going to, you're like, well, know how to use that, never touching that again.
I know, but then if something happened like that again, where I'm like, I need to cut these branches, or what if, like, okay, what if
A meteorite fell out of the sky.
Like a tree falls and it's like on top of something that I need to like rescue, and I can't like use a chainsaw.
I'd be more worried about where the tree's gonna land after you cut it.
That's a good point. How do you make sure it doesn't land on like whatever you don't want it to land?
Well, you have to be trained in that. You have to like see things.
But I'm just saying. You have to see things.
You have to be able to be like, okay, if I cut it here, this piece is going to land here, this piece is going to land here.
Yeah,
you don't have that brain. Okay, this is an awful idea. I forbid this. I forbid this.
Like, logistically.
You're not learning how to use a chainsaw. No, wrong. No. Take the blade on the chainsaw. Hide it.
The chainsaw.
No, it's an awful idea.
You're rude.
You're not going to say something. You're going to try to save something and end up killing yourself. And then where are we going to be?
Why myself?
If something happens to you cut something falls on you weren't expecting, that gigantic limb sticking up.
Cut himself out of a tree
with our father. Yeah, he did. It was very fucking funny, which was so weird for both of them.
It's like they were both
He's like cutting the branch that the ladder's leaning on. You're like, what? Well, what happens when that branch falls? Oh, the ladder falls. There comes one. There goes the chainsaw right next to Dad's head. So fucking funny. And our neighbor's just watching like idiots. We're like, sorry, here's your chainsaw. He's like, give me that. Never using that again. Psychopaths.
Yeah,
it's so weird. Like, I don't know how they both did that because they're both
one's
dad,
husband,
not so much, I guess.
Yeah,
but my husband, very, very much. He varies like,
that's not like
very careful and very like, I'm thinking this through.
Well, and he makes a lot of stuff all the time with all kinds of power tools. He uses, it's like, once you, I don't know. Like,
yeah, you've done something so many times.
I'm not trying to be like sexist or anything, but I feel like males have that certain brain to where like when they see things, they can like, I don't know. Like when
we should be in charge?
No, you definitely
definitely should not.
Like
100%.
They can see, and I guess some women are good at that too. But I guess it's more of a male trait, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that they can like see that project, like this is how it needs to be done because of this, and I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Throw something in there. Look, it looks great.
Like, but like I can do the same thing. Like when again, this sounds sexist, but like cooking and like baking, like I'm like throwing a party. I got it. I can do it. I can see the end result.
Yeah, skill set.
Skill set. Mm-hmm. There's a bunch of feminists listening. Being
cooking,
like,
baking, party throwing. No, we're obviously very like, no, everyone has their own shit, and I'm super feminist. Yeah, woman power, people.
Yeah,
go.
She said it.
Do what you like. I don't know. Like, you're not. I don't think it's sexist being like, this is what I like to do. This is my skill set. It doesn't mean that you have to live in the 1950s. Or that you
Agreed.
are. And if you knew my sister's relationship with her husband, you would know that was not true.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah. And same with and same with me and my husband. I'm super like, I stay home with the kids and I kind of cook. See? Even that. Like I don't want to. You can do it.
Yeah,
honey.
Juan is more of the chef in your family.
Yes, very much. You're
a baker.
I love to bake, but I fucking hate to cook.
And a candlestick maker.
I don't. I really didn't enjoy. I didn't enjoy it though.
You don't enjoy it?
No.
I like it.
No.
It's fun.
It's monotonous.
It's not monotonous. It's just fucking melting wax and
it's monotonous.
Pouring it into shit.
And then like how dirty everything was, like the fucking wax never came off that shit, by the way. You're just like, I know. Okay, it's awful.
What? No, you just have like a committed pan to said like candle or wax melting, and like I have like committed pans and knives and everything for just beeswax.
I know. Where do you keep it though, so you don't have to look at it and like all the nasty wax just accumulated on the sides?
Throws it in the barn.
Yeah, what? Under a blanket, under a rug, in your closet.
Well, like I mean, that stuff doesn't bug me. I don't mind like looking at like
it
a
bothers
spoon
me so
covered
much.
in wax.
No, that bothers me. That's been go right in the trash. Trash.
Why?
I don't like it. I don't want to see it.
What do you mean? I don't like it.
I don't like it.
You sound like a psychopath.
I'm not being a psychopath.
You are. You're like right in the trash.
I hate
when
I'm like
another. Like what the fuck? Like what?
Okay, if you let me explain.
I don't know if you can't explain that.
Well, maybe I can't to either of you. You're apparently just filthy animals.
You filthy animal.
That's what I was thinking. I was totally thinking of that movie. I don't know. I would just hate to have that pan, like, probably because of we have a smaller house. I only have a certain storage for pans right now because of where they are. And I always have to pass that pan and look at it and be like,
well, just like
fucking hate you.
The pan for the wax, candle making or wax melting, and all of the things like knives and everything else that go into that pan, right? And then you just put it into your pantry or somewhere until you need to use. You can even put it on a really high shelf so you can't even see the
I would
wax.
have to put it on a high shelf.
Yeah, like what do you mean? Like you're so weird.
High shelf, or I would just cover it with like a blanket.
I'm not saying to like leave it out like when guests arrive.
Like a towel. I'd totally put a towel over it.
Like you're very, very weird.
Very weird. I just I did like the end result. I loved the
candles,
beeswax candles.
Yeah,
they were great.
Yeah,
I still have some. Yeah, they were very, very, very easy.
It's very, very
not one of my goals though. Not one of my goals.
Honest is actually, speaking of Homestead Goals.
That's what the topic's supposed to be about. So.
Yeah, he found think of like a solar oven, okay? But it's for like melting wax, because we're always like trying to find easier ways to melt the wax, because I don't know if anybody's ever, had a bunch of like raw beeswax, but when you're cleaning it and melting it, you have to do it several times, and it's not like
get it all clean.
Yeah, it just takes several days. You can't do it within like one day. It takes several days, and it's not like super like labor intensive or anything. It's just time consuming. Okay. So, but he found like a solar thing. Anyways, we're going to make a video of it because it sounds super cool, but it's kind of similar to like a solar oven, basically letting the sun like melt the wax for you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then even how it catches like the
debris.
The crappy part that if you do it on the stove, you have to let that like all sink to the bottom, and then you kind of cut that away. I feel like it would even save on some of the wax. So I'm kind of excited.
So a lot of time it would save on your part.
Yeah,
probably.
I'm kind of excited to see how it turns out. Mm-hmm.
That is very cool.
We're going to make a whole video on it. It'll be fun for everyone.
Sounds exciting.
I'm excited. But yeah, what are some of your other ones? I'm like blanking now as I can think of this beeswax.
She's like, it's all consuming. I don't know, duck pond. I definitely want to get my chicken coop. So like we had that tree fall on our chicken coop, and we're just, money and time is never really on our side, I suppose. And we just have never fixed it. And it didn't like, you've seen it. It didn't crush the chicken coop, but it definitely dented the shit out of it. And there's like
trees do,
the roof, and then even one of the sides, and it's just so dumb, and I just hate it. I've always kind of hated the chicken coop. It was always like put up in a hurry, I felt, and just annoying. Anyways, I want to just rip the whole.
The chicken coop was there before we moved onto the property.
Yeah, well, no, the actual coop,
chicken coop,
the actual coop part, but the
like
fencing
the chicken
though.
Run?
Yeah, no, not the run. The run, we have put that up since
the actual
then.
Coop had
but the wooden
there,
coop, the coop has been there for 25 years, and it has withstood some major stuff. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah,
completely intact still, and still going strong, and there's no like rotted wood. Like, it's really quite incredible, actually.
Yeah.
But I really don't know actually how it's lasted this long, to be honest. Made out of fucking wood. Like, I don't know. Usually wood like deteriorates over time.
I mean,
that's just I don't know.
I don't know either.
Still good. Like the floor is really solid still. I'm not sure. I want to keep.
You should knock on some wood.
I know,
you're gonna,
right?
Like, get into that chicken coop to clean out. You're gonna fall right through it, and you better have a video of it because everybody wants to laugh.
I definitely would not have my phone with me if that ever happened. By the way, when things happen and you're just like, I don't have my phone,
I know. And you're like, I'm stuck in this chicken coop and I don't have my phone.
Someone come help me. Yelling down for my kids. But I want to keep the wooden chicken coop, the actual coop part, and I just want to tear down the entire run and then build like a huge like 6-foot fence, but a really, really big area and put the coop kind of in the middle. Very similar to what Amy does. Very, very similar to that.
Okay.
Just a huge area, and have it
just fenced off so they can't fly over.
They can't fly over, and we
can't go under it.
The only ones, I guess I will have some of that Karachi hatch breed in there, so they're huge flyers, but whatever. I don't care about them. Nuance. Fly out, fly in. No one cares. Just as long as I guess the roosters couldn't get in. And then I can have the duck pond. That's right.
Yeah. See, that I actually wanted to do something similar. Just give them enough area to where they still can like free range. Right? And get like bugs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And if you give them if you fence off a big enough area, they essentially are just free ranging all the time.
I just feel like my property is just going to end up looking like a bunch of fences everywhere. Because I was going to do that too. Like, kind of like where the goat fence.
Well, make it like a cute,
What? You have to make it fucking tall. You can't make it like I'm a cute little like wooden garden fence.
Doesn't Amy have like the big wooden post going up and then like the fencing between the big wooden post? It looks pretty cute.
I don't remember.
I think she does, unless I'm totally.
I thought she just had like the deer fencing, basically. Because it's like that plasticky stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't. Nope. Not one little bit.
But yeah, I want to do something similar because I would eventually like to have. I want to put our duck pond in our lower field though, and I don't know how that's gonna go. I'm gonna have to do a lot of research because like obviously more predators could come through there. There's nothing to like protect them. It's all the way down in the lower field.
That'd be like
the best spot for a pond though, because it's like that's where
naturally
all the water pools
go.
anyway.
Right.
So it would be the best spot, but I'm not sure how the ducks would like fare down there by themselves.
You're like, okay, well, good luck now. You look very cute. I mean, I feel like not a lot is going to get to them if you had their duck house out in the middle of the pond.
Which I was going to do, but like, I don't know. I still feel like especially like raccoons and shit, the ones I don't know. It would have to be really deep, I guess.
Yeah. Well, obviously you'd make it, just make it a deep pond. I don't know.
I
guess you have, I don't know. I mean, see, ours
logistics.
Is easy because it's already there.
Yeah, Sherry already has like on their property, like their seasonal stream that goes down. Like they built like a pond, and so it fills up in the winter, and it's very cute. But it's just seasonal. It dries up in the summer.
Yeah, but it's already there, so we could easily just
adapt.
Or my husband, easily just exactly adapt it to an all year round pond.
All year round pond.
Yes.
But yeah, so I can't think of any other goals that I have. I was trying to think. We didn't. What?
Corn.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that. Thank you, honey. I want to
goals of corn.
I have goals of corn.
Goals of corn.
I want to have I'm not talking about like a whole field because again we only have 5 acres. I wish we had more land, but I want I want to plant enough corn to where I could potentially like feed the chickens with it. I think it'd be badass. I mean, I know it wouldn't last all year, but like,
yeah. That's the issue, I suppose. But I guess whatever. Like,
and even to can corn and eat I hate fucking corn, but my kids love it.
You're like, but I'm gonna grow a shitload, okay?
Well, because the chickens, we mix corn, whole corn. Actually, the other day when I was at the feed store, I was buying corn, as you do, and this guy was like, "What are you getting the corn for?" And I was like, and it's whole corn kernels, and I was like, "Oh, it's for my chickens, And he's like, "What?" He's like, "It's for your chickens." Yep. And he's like, "Well,
so
how?"
Funny.
He's like, "Do you have to break it up for them?" I was like, "Yep. I take it home out of the bag. I put it into my pestle and mortar, and I break that shit up." No, I don't break it up for them. They just eat the whole fucking thing.
And I don't why? What did he think you were doing with a gigantic bag of corn?
I don't know. He might have been just curious. Maybe I have I don't know. What eats fucking corn?
That's why I don't know. Honey, go out, honey.
So,
Oh, it's okay. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, though. Thank you.
5-year-old interruptions.
Sorry. Yes.
We're gonna have a whole podcast. On how 5-year-olds can interrupt.
We'll just do one of those edits where it's we'll just overlap how many times he's
we should do.
We should definitely do that because he's fussy
happened
today.
A lot.
That's right. Very fussy today.
Anyway, so. We buy the corn and we mix it with a layina or a layers pellet,
right?
And we mix that together.
Yeah.
They would rather eat the corn. I know it's just a filler, that's whatever. But
well, yeah, it's just they just like it better.
They love the corn and they eat even our freaking little
game
hen.
Yeah,
we have a little game hen and she can eat the whole kernels just fine, and she gobbles them up without a problem. So yeah, they do fine. But obviously, baby chicks, they can't eat a whole corn kernel.
You should have told that guy that you had some ridiculous animal at home. It would be very funny.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, if I could go back in time.
Yeah.
You told them you're brewing your own whiskey.
Brewing my own whiskey?
Yeah.
Would you get that kind of corn for whiskey?
I don't know.
I don't know how to make whiskey.
Well, apparently if he's asking,
you know
he
what a
wouldn't know
goal
either,
is
though.
of mine? And this is for no reason, because I don't really drink alcohol, neither does my husband. But I want to make mead.
Oh.
With honey.
with honey.
Wouldn't that be fun?
I do know.
It would just be fun.
You can.
Yeah, I want to do it. Yeah. I think it'd be fun just to do it, just to try. Again, I'm not like, woo.
I know you're such a waste of honey, though. Who's gonna drink it?
Sherry's worried about the waste.
I am worried about the waste of honey. Honey is precious.
I was putting like honey in my tea this morning. It's like out of my huge honey jar, and I was like, I should just go as Pooh Bear for like every Halloween, like carry my jar, as I love my fucking honey.
That'd be so great.
I was like, I'm just gonna start dressing like Winnie the Pooh everywhere I go.
And you know what's even funnier is you're always like, "There's a rumbly in my tumbly." It's great. It's perfect. See, like, it's destined to be.
And even when I'm like getting my honey out, I'm all happy. I'm like,
You do get yourself in hilarious, unfortunate situations.
My husband says you do get yourself in hilarious, unfortunate situations. Like the chainsaw.
I was gonna say like the chainsaw.
That was not hilarious though. It was just irritating as fuck.
Well, it probably would have been hilarious to everyone else, though, if someone else was here besides your son.
I put my feet up.
I know, she's like, look at my sock.
They're chicken socks.
They are chicken socks.
But then I was like, I should probably put my feet down.
They're chicken socks, just in case you didn't see.
But yeah, I don't know what other goals besides corn and meat and hobbit holes.
I want a dedicated space for...
yeah.
I just picked like so much stinging nettle. I forgot yours, by the way.
You forgot my nettle.
I will give it to you. But I just picked so much, right? My property is just overgrown with stinging nettle. It's insane.
Covered
just everywhere.
nettle.
It's everywhere you go. There's just of our whole entire goat pastures. One of our goat pastures is just a field of stinging nettle, and then stinging nettle is at everywhere there's water, or anywhere there's water, or where there's been hay dragged through that area, stinging nettle. And that's everywhere, all over the property. Just everywhere.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's awesome because like we have nettle, not nearly the amount that Sherry does. Like I would not be able to make as many tinctures and harvest as much as I would want to without her property. It's amazing.
Well, and so I want a dedicated space. Like I just picked so much. I don't even know I don't even know what to call it, but
like a
gigantic buckets, just like huge, very, very. I filled a trash can. I filled a trash can.
Did you already start drying it all? It's gonna go bad.
No, it's good.
It's not gonna stay good.
It is gonna stay good.
No, it's not.
It 100% will stay good. But yes, I'm drying it. But that's what I'm talking about. I want a dedicated space to dry it, and to just work with it in general, right? To like lay it out, get all the bugs off of it.
Like a potting shed.
Yeah, kind of like a potting shed, but much cuter.
Like like the room in Practical Magic.
Yes, I was like Practical Magic. Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I saw that movie. Yes,
I want a witch's hut.
Yes, exactly, and like some lots of windows and that's what I want.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I want one as well
because I could do so much in there. Like I hate in my kitchen. I can't do it in my kitchen, and then outside on my porch. I mean, I guess I just don't have a dedicated.
Hang a lot underneath your porch. Actually,
that's where I am hanging it all.
Yeah.
But
you have a really big porch.
I feel like
it'd be cool to have a dedicated space for it.
Exactly.
And then you can have like when you're, chopping everything up and making your tinctures.
What I'm saying.
You have your pestle and mortar out there. You can make all of your medicinal items.
Exactly.
And it would be so fun and cute.
Exactly.
Oh, God, I can see it. I want one too. Oh my God, I'm dying right now.
Right? Would be so much.
I need a witch's hut.
Witch's hut.
Yeah.
My husband never got me a birthday gift. So, no, he did.
So you're gonna ask for
a witch's hut? I'm gonna tell him. Well, you owe me another one, so I want a witch's hut. He's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, you need a huge apothecary shed.
Yeah, but not so sheddy.
Let's shed more hut-like.
Yes, and windows, lots of windows.
So I was actually thinking, like a sunroom.
Yes, okay. Yeah.
So we have the side of our house, which we have stuff on the side of the house, but we don't have to have that stuff over there. It's all nuance. But I wanted to do from the side of the house, do the windows all the way down, so it's like a huge long sunroom to where I could.
It'd be so cool.
Obviously it'd be hot as fuck in the summer, but
yes, you would bake yourself alive. But
yeah,
you just have if you had actual windows that would open
amazing
though.
To go
if you could
in
leave
there.
Doors open, you had screens. I mean, it's not gonna be.
And especially, it'd
be like a greenhouse, essentially.
Exactly like a greenhouse. And it would be
It'd
wonderful because
be
it'd be
so
so much
cool
room.
for
I know.
exactly
I wouldn't even need
what?
flooring. I could just let
exactly
whatever.
So fucking awesome.
So I would want to put grass down because.
See, I'm going back and forth whether or not we have the frame for a huge greenhouse already in our garden, right? You know the frame I'm talking about. I do. Huge, right? It's like think of like a car porch, or like something you could drive your car into to keep your car covered. That's right. What this is. I'm not sure. Anyways, so it needs the cover for it. But if I covered that, which I really, really want to, but if I covered it, then and unfortunately, like, it would take away that space for my garden on a normal basis. Does that make sense?
Why don't you take it out of your garden?
Take the poles out of my garden.
Take the whole thing out.
Take the whole thing out and put it on the outside, because then if it's covered, because our greenhouse is on the outside of our garden. It used to be on the inside. Because it was just taking up space for no reason.
That's genius.
Wow, I can't believe you didn't think of that.
I didn't. Because it's so big. Well, I honestly don't even know if we could or how or anything. Take it off in pieces. I don't know if it'd come off in pieces.
Like, especially down, like, near your house. I know nobody knows what we're talking about, but Sherry lives on, like, 10 acres. It's various
hilly
houses, compound. Okay, so, but, like, next to your house, you could like, make or next to the chickens over there.
You can put it by the chickens. You can put it by the propane tank.
Yeah, because once it's covered and has, like, a little door. We just covered ours in, like, the plastic that you can get from, like, Home Depot.
Well, yeah, Mom and I have already been researching, like, where to get the covers, and we already know exactly what we need and the size and everything because we measured it. But now, I'm just going to fucking move it. I just don't know if it could come apart, because I think once we took it apart, I'm not sure it's going to go back together. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but we
it's
can pick
older.
It up and move it, though. It's not like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, we can all just take a corner.
Everybody
take a pole.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot bigger than ours,
figure
but
out how wide it is, because you could just get the plastic like we did.
Yeah.
Cut the little things like.
My husband's telling Sherry exactly how she should do this.
He's invested.
Nobody can hear it, but.
No, I like it.
Like, honestly, if you ever have, like, a logistic problem with anything, my husband is so good at, like, that logistics in general.
and
engineering.
Shauna is telling you that you can call him about anything.
Yeah. Or, like, if you have a question, like, he has such a good mind.
He will answer. He'll be thrilled.
He will.
He's going to be like, this is what I want to do with my time.
He's a very good mind for, like, engineering, like, random shit where you're, like MacGyver. That's what he does. Like, it's so, like, he comes up with the craziest shit that you're like, that's not going to work. And it works. And you're just like, wow, that worked.
I know, but the point is, okay, so you're a really good mom, but would you want everyone to call you with their mom problems?
Yeah, you can call me with your mom problems.
You're so full of shit. No, they can't.
Yeah, you could. If somebody was like, hey, like, I have a mom problem.
Okay, fine. Let me word it to you this way. You're a really good mom, but would you want to watch other people's kids?
No, I would never watch other people's kids. I don't like other kids.
That's my point. That's my point.
It's not like they're going to send him stuff and be like, MacGyver me some shit for my garden. I'm just saying,
who knows? You're offering a lot here, okay?
You're saying which question?
The box shows up. It's like, MacGyver this.
You got a piece of gum, 2 popsicle sticks.
Work your magic, MacGyver.
He's very, very good. So he can figure out your greenhouse without a problem. He's very, very good.
Oh, okay. Go out the door, Legend. We can hear your
really
noise. I thought like pterodactyl.
It did sound like a pterodactyl. I thought it was some kind of animal.
It did sound. I was like, what the fuck is that noise?
Anyway, so
Child keeps
we
interrupting.
hope we have inspired you. If you have any. Do you want to add to our list? Like, we'd love to hear your comments and stuff like that.
We had a pretty short list. I don't know if it'll be hard to add to. We're like duck pond, redoing chicken coop. Apothecary, root cellar.
I don't think we have a really short list.
That's 5. It's fucking 5.
Hearing more ideas, I guess.
Yeah, no, for sure. And, and
things we haven't thought of.
Yeah, exactly.
That we would be like, ooh, honey, do this now.
We should do that.
We should do it.
That's right.
But thank you, as always, for stopping by. If you have a minute, if you could comment and share this video, it's a huge help for us and the
algorithm.
I have to say that really slow, otherwise I can't do it.
And you can always reach out to us on Instagram and Facebook. ourkindofhomesteading@gmail.com is our email address. You can always get a hold of us directly that way, or through any messaging app through any of the social media platforms. We always love to hear from you guys, and it's such like the highlight of our day when we get like a private message and you guys are like, okay, I have this question, or hey, you should do this episode topic, or really whatever.
Yeah, even like
we love to hear from you guys. It's so awesome.
Like, I know Adam, don't crash your truck if you're driving right now, Adam, but
That was hilarious.
It was like,
and then he said my name twice. I was crushed.
He was just, a random person we don't know, and he had like emailed us, and then he was like, I wasn't gonna email you again, but it was like because he didn't want to bug us. You're not bugging us. You can totally email us.
Yeah, no,
totally
it's quite the opposite actually.
Yeah,
when we originally got Adam's email, I like called Sean. I'm like, oh my gosh. This guy just emailed us. That's amazing. It's just so cool to like hear from you guys and interact. And
because right now we're just sitting in a room
talking into my phone with its very bright light in our eyes.
Yeah.
That's
it. And
so,
my husband's